Hello everyone, Mrs. Collenberg here with another drawing tutorial for you today. This one was based on a request that I got quite a long time ago. Somebody had asked me for a lizard, and it was on my list for a long time, and I'm finally getting around to it now. And I had this thought, instead of drawing a lizard, I would draw something similar to a lizard. And I am going to draw a salamander. And the reason I wanted to draw a salamander today is because I have loved seeing the movie Frozen 2, and Bruni is this absolutely adorable little salamander on that movie. So what I'm drawing with you today is Bruni from Frozen 2. I hope you enjoy it, so go grab a paper and pencil and we'll get started.
All right, we are going to start Bruni with his cute little eyes. So let's start with a medium-sized circle, and the second eye is going to go up a little higher, and it's going to be because his head is tilted just a little bit. All right, now we're going to come around the outside of the eye and add a ring around the eye, but not all the way. It'll look like the smaller circle is a little bit closer to the right side of that outline than the left. And we'll do the same thing on the other eye. And again, it's going to look like the smaller circle is closer to the right edge, almost as though it's not even completely going around the circle. It's just starting on the outside. All right, now we're going to do the same thing, but this time at the bottom left of the left eye, we're going to come out and make like a rounded triangle shape. And for the other eye, we're actually going to do the mirror image of that. So we're going to make it wider on the right side, and it's going to have that slightly rounded triangle shape on the bottom right. So left eye is big on the bottom left, and the right eye is big on the bottom right. What I'm doing now is I'm coming in right at the very top where all those lines kind of start and adding really small light spots, and then I can color the rest of the pupil in. All right, the next thing we're going to work on is finding out where the nose is going. So I like to do a slightly curved line between the two eyes at the bottom of the eyes. Now we're going to add kind of eyebrows. So I come up from the outside of the eye and go in and curve it down towards the nose, but don't come down too far. Then we'll go above those two little lines and draw a horizontal, slightly curved line, and that'll be the top of his head. Our next step is to do the top of his mouth. So you see that same curve in the nose? We're going to make a slightly bigger one underneath it, and then the curve of the eyes will go the other way. So this is going to create a slightly wavy line, and you want that line to come out a little bit further than his eyes. And at the very end, you want to just make slight hooks shapes on the outsides. So yeah, mimicking all those curves of the eyes and the nose. Now this Bruni is going to be doing something kind of fun and neat. He's going to be sticking his tongue out, so be careful not to finish off the mouth too quickly. All right, we're going to join up the top of his head. We're going to swing those outsides from the middle of the eye, and then we're going to join them to the top lip. But before we put a bottom lip, here comes that tongue. I like to just do a curved shape here, and then we can come in on the sides of the mouth, and it's going to come right up to the edge of the tongue, and then we're going to have to skip over and carry on the other side. And this will really make it look like it's sticking out of his mouth a little. Then we can color in those sides of his mouth where it would be really dark. Very good. I like to make sure it's nice and clean up to that tongue. All right, next what we're going to do is we're going to finish off kind of his cheeks. So we're going to continue that line down, and I like to just leave it there, and then we'll come across the other cheek and bring it down as well. All right, so from here we are going to start with his tummy, his chest. I like to line it up with the edge of the left eye, come straight down and then make a curved L shape. And then right next to that, I'm going to draw another little line. And this is because his back is darker color than his tummy. When we do his legs, we're going to start with the one front leg, and it comes straight out from the body, and then do another little bit, and then we're going to make it quite wide down by his toes. And I like to do 3 pointed petal shapes for the toes, and I think we can see a little bit of different color underneath. So I'm just going to draw some little bits underneath the toes that we can color a different color. All right, now for the second leg, we're going to bring that cheek down, and we want to come almost right in the middle of his right eye, and we're going to join the cheek up to that spot. Okay, and then we can take this line down, and we're going to figure out where we're going to put his other front leg. So coming down beside there, and then opening up, remember that's getting wider down by his toes. And these toes are going to look very similar to the other hand, but kind of a mirror image of the way the other ones were facing. If this is going pretty fast for you and you want to just pause it so you can try it at your pace, then just pause your video and you can press play when you're ready to come back. All right, underneath his chest and tummy area here, we are going to see his back foot. We're not going to see a ton of it, but it's there. And then we can come up and we can put in some of his back. So I'm going to curve down horizontal line. It's going to come down near his tail. Then we're going to continue that belly line. We're going to bring it up a little. And it's time for that back leg. So what I like to do is I make it coming out a little bit, and then starting up a little bit higher before his tail, coming out there too, nice and wide. And these toes, they're all going to be pointing out. Whereas front toes they're kind of spread out, his back toes are all going to be pointing out. But again, we can see a little bit of those different color on the bottom of his feet. So I'm adding those a little bit. All right, now we're going to come underneath that belly. And we're going to draw a little bit where you can see that his tummy color is different. We're going to carry that same line on a little bit past his other leg. Now we're going to come in with the tail, and I like to do a bit of an S curve in the tail. And then we can bring that bottom line up and join them at the tail and make sure that that belly color line tapers off a little. All right, now I'm going to add just a couple little marks. He's got a little dot on his neck, and we'll throw in a couple of little nostrils.
All right, here we are with the final finished product. Here is my Bruni, my little lizard. He is so adorable. I love the way his head is tipped a little to the side and his eyes are just so big and lovable. I hope you enjoyed doing this drawing tutorial with me. I love seeing your pictures that you've drawn, so feel free to share them with me. Thanks for following me on YouTube. Thanks for joining me twice every week. I hope that these videos are helping you get through some isolation time. All right, that's it for me for the day. Have a great day. Bye.